I'm sorry, Dr. Harris said. The tests are clear. I stared at him. Clear means fixable, right? He folded his hands. Clear means advanced. Lena squeezed my fingers. What does that mean? It means, he said, less than a year without aggressive treatment. My mouth went dry. A year to live. He nodded. Possibly less. Lena gasped. No, that's not right. I laughed once. You're talking about me like I'm already gone. Dr. Harris said, I wish I was. Silence filled the room. I whispered, What do I do now? We fight, Lena said quickly. I looked at her. You promise? Of course, she said too fast. Dr. Harris stood. I'll give you privacy. When the door shut, I said, You're shaking. She wiped her eyes. I'm scared. So am I said. I don't want to die. She hugged me, stiff. You won't, I said. Remember when I worked 2 jobs? She pulled back. Why now? I did it for us, I said. So you could quit that job you hated. I know, she said softly. And when my dad died, I said, You said we'd survive anything. She nodded. I did. I searched her face. Say it again. She hesitated. We'll survive. Her eyes slid away. I asked, Are you mad at me? What? She said. No. It feels like you are. I'm just overwhelmed. I didn't choose this, I said. I know, she replied. I said, Promise you won't leave. She inhaled. I'm here. That's not a promise. She said, Don't do this. Do what? I asked. Make me the bad guy. I whispered, I need you. She looked at the wall. I need air. Lena, I said, panicking. She stood. I'll be right outside. The door clicked. I stared at the empty chair. My chest hurt more than my body. I thought about the apartment, the bills, the nights I skipped sleep so she could smile. I told myself, she loves me. But love shouldn't feel this cold. I pressed the call button. A nurse said, Are you okay? I said, No. She smiled sadly. You're not alone. But I was. I stared at the ceiling. My phone buzzed. A text from Lena. Give me a minute. I typed, Please. No reply. Dr. Harris returned. He said, I forgot one thing. I said, There's more. Yes, he said. Hope. I laughed. You're bad at timing. He sighed. I'm honest. I asked, Will it hurt? He said, Some days. Worth it. He paused. If you want to live. I said, I do. He nodded. Then we start tomorrow. I whispered, Okay. He left. Minutes passed. Lena didn't return. I called. Voicemail. I said, It's me. My voice cracked. I need you. I hung up. The nurse came back. She said, Family. I shook my head. She sat with me. You can cry, she said. I already did, I said. She squeezed my shoulder. I closed my eyes. I promised myself one thing. If I survived, I wouldn't beg again. I opened my eyes. The nurse said, Your wife will come back. I asked, Are you sure? She hesitated. People get scared. So do I said. She nodded. Fear changes people. I whispered, She already feels changed. The nurse said, Hold on anyway. I laughed. I don't have much left. You have today, she replied. I said, Today hurts. She stood. I'll check on you later. I waited. Footsteps came. I looked. It wasn't Lena. It was silence. I swallowed. I said out loud, I don't want to die alone. The room didn't answer. My hands shook. I breathed slowly. I remembered our wedding. Her smile. Her promise. I waited. And that's when I understood. This illness wasn't the first thing killing me. I checked the clock. Hours felt heavy. My phone stayed dark. I whispered, "Please." No sound. I felt something break. Not my body. My faith. I told myself, stay awake. I needed to remember. This moment. This feeling. This truth. Because if I lived, I would never forget. Never trust blindly. Never shrink again. I stared at the door. It stayed closed. I whispered, "I'm still here." But she wasn't. And that was the answer. I closed my eyes. Tears came. I let them fall. I said, I will survive. Not for love. Not for her. But for me. The machines hummed. The world moved. And in that quiet, my life changed. Forever. I was dying, and everything I believed began to crack open. I woke up coughing, and Lena was already on her phone. "Good morning," I said. She jumped. "You scared me." "Sorry," I said. "Who are you talking to?" "No one," she said. "Just Maya." "You talk to her a lot," I said. "She checks on me," Lena replied. "Does she check on me too?" I asked. She didn't answer. I reached for her hand. She pulled away. "Did I hurt you?" I asked. "I'm just tired," she said. "I'm tired too," I said. "I didn't sleep." "You sleep all day," she snapped. I blinked. "Because I'm sick." "I know," she said. "That's not what I meant." "It sounded like it," I said. She stood. "I need coffee." I said, "Sit with me." "Later," she said. Later never came. That afternoon, I heard her whispering in the kitchen. "I can't talk now," she said. "He's right here." I stepped closer. "No, Maya," she said softly. "I didn't say that." I coughed. She turned. "How long were you standing there?" "Long enough," I said. "Enough for what?" she asked. "To hear you lie," I said. She crossed her arms. "You're imagining things." "Am I?" I asked. "Because it feels real." "You're paranoid," she said. "Because I'm dying." I asked. She flinched. "Don't say it like that." "How should I say it?" I asked. "Quietly so you don't feel bad." "That's not fair," she said. "What's fair?" I asked. "You disappearing." "I'm here," she said. "Your body is," I said. She looked at her phone. "Put it down," I said. "I can't," she replied. "Why?" I asked. "Because Maya needs me," she said. "And I don't." I asked. She sighed. "You need doctors." "I need my wife," I said. She laughed, sharp. "You're being dramatic." "I'm being honest," I said. She said, "I'm overwhelmed." "With what?" I asked. "Loving me." "With watching you fade," she said. "I'm still here," I said. "For now," she replied. "That hurt more than anything." I said, "Do you even want to try?" She rubbed her face. "I don't know." "You used to," I said. "That was before," she said. "Before I got sick," I said. She didn't deny it. I sat up slowly. "Talk to me." "I don't have the energy," she said. "You have energy for Maya," I said. "She listens," Lena said. "So do I said. "You ask too many questions," she replied. "Because you hide," I said. She shouted, "Because I'm scared." "So am I said quietly. She turned away. I said, "Please look at me." She didn't. I whispered, "Am I a burden?" She said nothing. That was my answer. I lay back down. "I still love you," I said. She hesitated. "I care about you." That wasn't the same. I said, "Say it." She said, "Don't push me." "I'm already falling," I said. Her phone buzzed. She read it and smiled. I noticed. "Is that Maya?" I asked. "Yes," she said. "What did she say?" I asked. "That I need rest," Lena said. I laughed weakly. "Funny." "What?" she asked. "She's replacing me," I said. "That's not true," she said. "Then prove it," I said. She didn't. She grabbed her coat. "Where are you going?" I asked. "Out," she said. "With Maya?" I asked. She paused. "Maybe." "Don't go," I said. "I need space," she replied. "I might not have time," I said. She froze. Then she said, "Don't guilt me." The door closed. The room felt colder. I stared at the ceiling. I told myself she'd come back. I told myself I was wrong. But my heart was already preparing. Love doesn't disappear suddenly. It grows cold first. And I felt the chill settling in. I whispered, "Hold on." But there was nothing left to hold. I was wheeled into the hallway, and I saw Lena laughing. She didn't see me at first. She stood near the window, her shoulders relaxed, her voice soft. A man stood beside her. He said, "You should eat something." She smiled. "You always say that." I cleared my throat. Lena turned. "Oh." The man looked at me. "You must be him." "I am," I said. "And you are?" "Evan," he said, offering his hand. "I've been helping Lena." I didn't take his hand. "Helping how?" He smiled, calm. "Driving her. Listening." "I can do that," I said. Lena said, "Please don't start." I said, "I wasn't aware I'd been replaced." Evan laughed lightly. "No one replaces anyone." "That's easy for you to say," I replied. Nurse Olivia adjusted my oxygen. "Let's keep things calm." "I am calm," I said. Lena said, "You're making this awkward." "It already is," I said. Evan stepped back. "I can leave." "No," Lena said quickly. "It's fine." That word hurt. I said, "How long have you known him?" She said, "A few weeks." "Funny," I said. "That's when you stopped talking to me." "That's not fair," she said. Evan said, "I don't want to cause problems." "You already are," I said. Lena snapped, "Stop." Nurse Olivia said softly, "Sir, let's get you settled." I said, "I want to stay." She looked at Lena. "Is that okay?" Lena hesitated. "Yes." Evan leaned against the wall. "I'll wait." I watched him watch her. I said, "You seem comfortable." He said, "I listen." "So do I said. "Not like this," he replied. I asked, "Like what?" "Without fear," he said. I laughed. "Try being me." Silence fell. Lena said, "Can we not do this here?" I said, "When then?" She didn't answer. Nurse Olivia said, "Your breathing's shallow." "I noticed," I said. She said, "Focus on me." I did. She whispered, "You're safe." I wanted to believe her. Later, Lena stepped away with Evan. I followed slowly. I heard Lena say, "He's getting worse." Evan said, "You don't have to be strong all the time." She said, "I'm so tired." He said, "You lean on me." She said, "I already do." My chest tightened. I stepped forward. They jumped. Lena said, "How much did you hear?" "Enough," I said. Evan said, "I should go." Lena said, "No." That was it. I said, "You choose fast." She said, "That's not what this is." "What is it?" I asked. She said, "Support." "From him," I said. "Yes," she replied. I nodded. "I see." Evan said, "I never meant to hurt you." "You didn't mean not to," I said. He said, "You're angry." "I'm disappearing," I said. Lena said, "Don't say that." "It's happening," I said. Evan said, "She's scared." "So am I said. Nurse Olivia returned. "Sir, you need rest." I said, "I need truth." Lena said, "I care about you." "But you lean on him," I said. She whispered, "Because you're fading." That sentence ended something inside me. I said, "Then let me fade with dignity." She cried. "I don't know how." Evan said, "I'll step back." She grabbed his arm. "I didn't ask you to," she said. I closed my eyes. Nurse Olivia said, "I'll take you back." As she pushed me away, I heard Evan say, "I'm here," Lena said. "I know." I stared at the ceiling. I felt small, replaceable. I whispered, "I'm still alive." No one answered. That's when I understood. Illness didn't just weaken my body. It made room for someone else to take my place. And I was still breathing when it happened. Lena left in a hurry. "I'll be back later," she said. "Later when?" I asked. She grabbed her bag. "I don't know." "Don't forget your phone," I said. She checked her pocket. "I have it." "Call me," I said. She paused. "If I can." The door closed. I stared at her bag on the chair. I told myself not to touch it. I told myself trust mattered. I didn't listen. I unzipped it slowly. "Just looking," I whispered. Papers sat inside, neat and folded. I pulled one out. My name was printed on top. I said, "What is this?" I read the words twice. Power of attorney. My hands shook. I read more. Her name. Full control. Effective immediately. "No," I said. I flipped the page. Life insurance. Beneficiary changed. I laughed. "This isn't real." My chest tightened. I kept reading. Signatures. Dates. All recent. I said, "When did you do this?" The room felt smaller. I heard her voice in my head. "Preparing for the worst." I whispered, "The worst is me." I sat there until my legs hurt. My phone buzzed. A message from Lena. "Running late." I typed, "We need to talk." 3 dots appeared. Then stopped. Hours passed. The door opened. She froze when she saw the papers. "You went through my bag," she said. I held them up. "Explain." She sighed. "You weren't supposed to see those." "That's not an explanation," I said. She sat down. "I was being responsible." "By erasing me?" I asked. "I'm protecting us," she said. "There is no us on these pages," I said. She rubbed her temples. "You're emotional." "I'm dying," I said. "That's why I did it," she replied. "Without asking me," I said. "You would have said no," she said. "Yes," I said. "Because it's my life." She snapped. "Not for long." Silence followed. I said, "Did a lawyer help you?" She hesitated. "Yes." "What's his name?" I asked. "Mr. Collins," she said. "Did he explain consent?" I asked. "He explained reality," she replied. "My illness is not permission," I said. She said, "You don't understand." "Then explain it," I said. She stood. "I can't lose everything." "So you decided to take it early," I said. "That's cruel," she said. "So is this," I replied. She said, "I'm preparing for the worst." I said, "I am the worst to you." "That's not what I meant," she said. "Then say what you mean," I said. She looked away. "I'm scared." "So am I said. "You don't see the bills," she said. "I see betrayal," I said. "You see death everywhere," she said. "Because you put it on paper," I replied. She said, "You're being dramatic." I said, "You planned my ending." She whispered, "I planned survival." "For yourself," I said. She didn't deny it. I asked, "When were you going to tell me?" "When it mattered," she said. "It matters now," I said. She crossed her arms. "You're not thinking clearly." "I read clearly," I said. She said, "Mr. Collins said this was normal." "I want to talk to him," I said. She said, "That won't help." "It already did," I said. "How?" she asked. "Now I know," I said. "Know what?" she said. "That I'm already gone to you," I replied. She said, "That's not true." "You signed it," I said. She whispered, "I didn't want to watch you fade." "So you erased me first," I said. She cried. "I'm doing my best." "Your best hurts," I said. She said, "I still care." "Care doesn't steal control," I said. She stood. "I can't do this." I said, "Neither can I." She grabbed her bag. Where are you going? I asked. Out, she said. With him? I asked. She didn't answer. The door closed again. I sat alone. The papers lay in my hands. I said, I'm not dead yet. Something shifted. I wasn't afraid. I was angry. I said, I won't disappear quietly. For the first time, I didn't feel like a dying man. I felt like a man being erased. And I refused to let it happen. I called Rachel first. Is this really you? She asked. It's me, I said. I need help. You sound different, she said. I am, I replied. She said, tell me. I'm sick, I said. And my wife is planning my ending. Silence. Rachel said, where are you? At home, I said. I'm coming, she replied. When she arrived, she looked at me carefully. You look angry, she said. I am, I said. Is that bad? No, she said. It's useful. I handed her the papers. She read them slowly. She did this without consent, Rachel said. I know, I said. She thinks you're finished, Rachel said. So did I said. Not anymore. Rachel looked up. What do you want? I want control, I said. Then we move quietly, she replied. Can we? I asked. Yes, she said. If you're clear. I'm very clear, I said. She pulled out her laptop. Start talking. I want my will changed, I said. That's smart, she said. I want financial access back, I said. That's necessary, she replied. I don't want revenge, I said. Good, she said. You want survival. Yes, I said. She typed. We'll need witnesses. I don't trust many people, I said. You trust me, she said. I do, I replied. She paused. Why now? Because she already buried me, I said. Rachel nodded. Then we make sure you're standing. I said, what about the insurance? We lock it down, she said. Before she notices, I said. She will notice, Rachel said. Later. I smiled faintly. That's fine. She said, are you ready for the fight? I'm ready to live, I said. Rachel looked at me. Then you need treatment. I know, I said. Do you? She asked. I avoided it, I admitted. Why? She asked. Because I was tired, I said. And now? She asked. Now I'm angry, I said. She smiled. Good motivation. My phone buzzed. A message from Lena. Where are you? I showed Rachel. She doesn't know, Rachel said. She won't, I said. I typed back, resting. Rachel said, you'll need a new account. Do it, I said. She worked quickly. You're calm, she said. I feel focused, I replied. That's strength, she said. I thought strength meant enduring, I said. It means choosing, she replied. I signed where she pointed. Your hands are steady, Rachel said. I stopped shaking, I said. She said, that matters. When we finished, she closed the laptop. You just took your power back, she said. I breathed out slowly. I forgot what that felt like, I said. Rachel stood. I'll handle the rest. Thank you, I said. For what? She asked. For seeing me, I said. She squeezed my shoulder. Don't disappear. After she left, I sat alone. My phone buzzed again. Lena called. I didn't answer. I called the hospital instead. I want to start treatment, I said. The nurse said, tomorrow. Yes, I replied. Are you sure? She asked. I'm sure, I said. I ended the call. I looked around the room. It felt different. Not warmer. Clearer. I said out loud, I'm not done. There was no fear in my voice. Only resolve. I wasn't planning revenge. I wasn't chasing forgiveness. I was choosing myself. For the first time in months, my illness didn't define me. My wife didn't define me. I did. And I wasn't going to die quietly. Not anymore. I saw them together again, this time without shame. Lena walked beside Evan through the cafe window. She laughed. I said, "So it's public now." Rachel answered, "People notice patterns." "I noticed first," I said. She said, "You always do." Later that day, Lena called. "Why is the account frozen?" she asked. "I don't know," I said. "Don't lie," she snapped. "I'm not," I replied. She said, "Evan says this isn't normal." "Evan says a lot," I said. She hung up. I felt nothing. At the clinic, the nurse smiled. "Your numbers improved," she said. I said, "Good." "You sound calm," she said. "I am," I replied. In the hallway, I heard a voice. "You don't remember me," the man said. I turned. He looked tired. "I'm Mark," he said. "Evan's old partner." I said, "I know the name." "He owes me money," Mark said. "That's unfortunate," I replied. "He said Lena would help," Mark said. I laughed softly. "She's learning limits." Mark leaned closer. "He ruins people." "I know," I said. "You're not angry," he said. "I was," I replied. "I'm not anymore." He said, "You're letting it happen." "Yes," I said. That night, Lena came home shaking. "They're calling," she said. "Who?" I asked. "Banks," she said. "Lawyers." I said, "That sounds serious." "Why are you like this?" she asked. "Like what?" I said. "Cold," she replied. I said, "I learned it from you." She sat down. "Evan needs help." "You chose him," I said. "He's in trouble," she said. "So am I replied. She whispered, "I thought you were weak." I said, "I was quiet." She cried. "I didn't mean this." "I didn't plan it," I said. "You're enjoying it," she said. "I'm surviving," I replied. Her phone rang. She answered. "What now?" I heard Evan yelling. She said, "Stop." She said, "I can't fix this." She hung up and stared at me. "He's desperate," she said. "That's loud karma," I replied. She asked, "Did you do this?" "No," I said. I stopped stopping it. The next morning, Mark texted me. "He lied to everyone." I replied, "Truth travels slowly." At the hospital, Dr. Harris said, "Your body is responding." "I am too," I said. He said, "Less stress helps." "I removed the source," I replied. Lena stopped calling Evan in front of me. She paced instead. "I can't sleep," she said. "You used to," I replied. She said, "He needs money." "You need clarity," I said. She looked at me. "You changed." "I healed," I said. She laughed bitterly. "From dying." "From begging," I replied. Another message from Mark arrived. "Accounts collapsing." I put the phone down. I felt light. Lena watched me. "Say something," I said. "Karma whispers first." She asked, "What if he falls?" "He already is," I said. "And if I fall with him?" she asked. "You chose that risk," I replied. She covered her face. "I'm scared," she said. "So was I replied. She whispered, "You don't need me anymore." I said, "I need peace." The room was quiet. My breathing felt easier. Not perfect. Better. That night, I slept deeply. No nightmares. No fear. Just rest. In the morning, Lena said, "He's gone." "Where?" I asked. "Disappeared," she said. I nodded. "That's how lies end." She said, "What now?" I said, "Now you listen." She looked at me carefully. I stood straighter. I wasn't chasing justice. I was watching balance return. Karma didn't scream. It whispered, and I heard every word. She stood at the door crying. "I didn't know where else to go," Lena said. I said, "You knew exactly where to go." She wiped her face. "Can I come in?" I stepped aside. "You already are." She looked around. "You changed things." "I had time," I said. She said, You look better. I feel clearer, I replied. She sat slowly. I messed up, I said. You did more than that. She said, I was scared. So was I said. She leaned forward. I made mistakes. You made choices, I said. She flinched. Why are you so cold? I learned it, I replied. She whispered, I thought you were breaking. I was rebuilding, I said. She shook her head. You don't sound sick. I don't feel erased anymore, I said. She started crying harder. I lost everything. You let go first, I said. She said, Evan ruined me. You chose him, I said. She looked up. I thought you were weak. I was quiet, I said. She said, I didn't think you'd stand back up. I didn't either, I said. She reached for my hand. I pulled away. Please, she said. Why now? I asked. Because I see you, she said. I was always here, I replied. She said, I didn't know how to love you like that. Then why come back? I asked. She whispered, I need you. I said, you need safety. She said, I need us. There is no us, I said. She cried. You don't mean that. I do, I said. She looked shocked. You used to beg. I stopped, I replied. She said, I'm sorry. I believe you, I said. Hope flashed in her eyes. But sorry doesn't rewind, I added. She slumped. Are you punishing me? No, I said. I'm choosing myself. She asked, Did you ever love me? I loved you deeply, I said. She asked, Do you still? I respect myself more, I replied. She whispered, I didn't think you'd survive. I didn't think you'd leave, I said. She looked at the floor. I panicked. You planned, I said. She nodded slowly. I was wrong. Yes, I said. She said, Can we try again? I stood. You're asking the wrong man. She looked up. What does that mean? It means the man you broke is gone, I said. She cried quietly. I don't recognize you. That makes two of us, I replied. She said, You're strong now. I'm honest, I said. She asked, Is there no chance? I paused. I won't lie, I said. She held her breath. I forgive you, I said. She exhaled. Then we can heal. But I won't return, I finished. Her face fell. Forgiveness isn't enough. It's everything, I said. And it's all I'm giving. She stood shakily. So this is goodbye. This is closure, I replied. She said, You're letting karma finish. I'm letting reality stay, I said. She nodded through tears. I deserved this. I don't judge, I said. She walked to the door. She turned. You really don't need me. I never needed betrayal, I replied. She opened the door. I hope you live, she said. I already am, I replied. She left. The room stayed quiet. My chest rose steadily. I sat down. I didn't feel victorious. I felt free. I didn't save her. I saved myself. And that was enough. I stood alone. Not broken. Standing. She sat across from me, hands folded, eyes red. You wanted to talk, Lena said. I did, I replied. She said, I already apologized. I'm not here for that, I said. She swallowed. Then why am I here? So I can finish, I said. She frowned. Finish what? The truth, I said. She crossed her arms. I've heard it all. You haven't, I replied. She leaned back. Go on. I said, I know about Evan. Her jaw tightened. I told you that. I know about the debts, I said. She blinked. What debts? I know about the lies, I continued. She said, You don't understand. I understand the documents, I said. Her face drained. You read those? Yes, I said. She whispered, That was private. It was about my life, I replied. She said, I was preparing. For me to disappear, I said. She shook her head. For reality. My reality included consent, I said. She said, you were dying. I was sick, I said. Not gone. She looked away. You weren't thinking clearly. I think clearly now, I replied. She laughed nervously. You sound confident. I am, I said. She asked, why? Because I'm not dying the way you think, I said. Her eyes snapped back. What does that mean? It means treatment is working, I said. She froze. Working how? My numbers improved, I said. That's not possible, she said. It is, I replied. She whispered, you didn't tell me. You didn't ask, I said. She stood. So you're better. I'm surviving, I said. She said, then why am I still scared? Because control slipped, I replied. She stared at me. You planned this. No, I said. I stopped begging. She said, you're punishing me. I'm explaining, I replied. She said, I felt alone. So did I said. She cried. You shut me out. You stepped away first, I said. She said, I didn't mean to hurt you. You meant to protect yourself, I replied. She whispered, I was overwhelmed. You were absent, I said. She clenched her hands. I didn't know how to stay. You didn't try, I said. She asked, do you hate me? No, I replied. She looked confused. Then what? I see you, I said. She said, that's worse. It's honest, I replied. She said, I thought you were fading. I was finding my voice, I said. She whispered, I lost you. You let go, I replied. She stepped closer. Can we fix this? I already did, I said. She asked, without me? Yes, I replied. She shook her head. You're cruel now. I'm calm, I said. She said, you don't even sound angry. I'm not, I replied. She whispered, that scares me. It should, I said gently. She asked, what do you want from me? Nothing, I replied. She laughed weakly. That's impossible. It's freedom, I said. She said, so I don't matter? You mattered, I said. She asked, past tense. Yes, I replied. She cried quietly. I didn't think it would end like this. I didn't think it would start like that, I said. She said, you're walking away. I already did, I replied. She reached out. I stepped back. This isn't anger, I said. It's clarity. She nodded slowly. You're different. I survived, I said. She whispered, I don't recognize us. There is no us, I replied. She took a breath. Then this is goodbye. This is truth, I said. She turned toward the door. Before leaving, she said, I really thought you were dying. I was, I replied. Just not in the way you wanted. She left. I didn't follow. I felt light. Not relieved. Clear. I wasn't reclaiming power. I already had it. And I walked forward without looking back. I woke up without fear. That felt new. The doctor said, your body is stable. I said, so am I. He smiled. That matters. At home, the silence didn't hurt anymore. Rachel called. You sound steady. I am, I said. She asked, any regrets? No, I replied. She said, that's growth. I hung up and stretched slowly. My phone buzzed. A message from Lena. I hope you're okay. I stared at it. I didn't reply. Not out of anger. Out of closure. Later, I ran into Nurse Olivia. She said, you look stronger. I feel present, I said. She nodded. That's survival. I said, it's choice. She smiled. Even better. Weeks passed. Treatment continued. Breathing came easier. Sleep stayed deep. One afternoon, Mark texted. Evan vanished. I typed, I'm not surprised. Mark replied. You won. I stared at the word. No, I typed. I lived. He didn't answer. That was fine. I sat on the balcony and called Rachel again. I'm thinking of selling the apartment, I said. She replied, fresh start. Yes, I said. She said, you earned it. I thought about Lena then. Not with pain. With distance. I remembered her tears. Her fear. Her choices. I didn't hate her. I released her. At the clinic, Dr. Harris said, you're responding well. I stopped fighting myself, I said. He nodded. That helps. I walked home slowly. The city felt loud but alive. A stranger bumped into me. Sorry, he said. It's okay, I replied. I meant it. That night, I spoke out loud. I survived. No one answered. I didn't need anyone to. I cooked for myself. Burned the food. Laughed. I called Rachel. I burned dinner, I said. She laughed. That's progress. I never cooked before, I said. You never lived alone, she replied. Now I am, I said. She said, proud of you. Me too, I replied. I hung up and ate anyway. It tasted like effort and freedom. Days turned into months. My body healed slowly. My mind healed faster. I stopped checking my phone. Stopped waiting. Stopped hoping for apologies. I didn't need them. One morning, I ran into Lena by accident. She looked tired. Older. She said, you look well. I am, I said. She nodded. I'm glad. So am I replied. She hesitated. I'm alone now. I know, I said gently. She asked, do you hate me? No, I said. She waited. I thank you, I added. Her eyes widened. For what? For forcing me to choose myself, I said. She cried softly. I didn't stay. I walked away calmly. Not running. Not fleeing. Walking. At home, I packed boxes. Old photos. Old letters. I threw away nothing. I just let them rest. Rachel visited. You're lighter, she said. I stopped carrying what wasn't mine, I replied. She nodded. That's wisdom. I sat alone later and thought about revenge. I didn't feel it. I thought about justice. It already happened. I thought about love. I still believed in it. Just not the kind that demands silence. I looked at myself in the mirror. You made it, I said. My reflection didn't argue. I wasn't perfect. I wasn't healed completely. But I was alive. Fully. I didn't win by destroying anyone. I didn't need to. I survived. I stood up. I chose myself. And I would never beg for love again.